Okay, can any... We just discussed what happened last week, so we don't really need to do that. However, with that being said, fast forward to present. So, you are on the ship, Blueford is below deck, Oberon, you are on top deck along with your friend Corona, who has just let down his force wall. As it is slightly cracked, the ship is a little beat up, but nothing too bad. And you have reduced this giant beast to a molten pile of lead. Your friend, we'll say Corin, has walked himself back onto the ship below decks to rest. Oberon, you've been rewarded with a weapon. This weapon is called Lance God of Zagoth. Lance is blessed with a Mecha Lancelot. Doing so as a Runite, you have summoned this weapon at will, and you can attack with it of any of the following attacks. You have a lightning shot at your disposal, a spear slug, a lightning shot being a long-distance lightning damage, spear slug throwing the spear, heat lock, more of a dispersal fog kind of thing, and just a regular old stab. Now, what will you do?
You got that off the mech, didn't you?
I mean, it died and it kind of just appeared in my hands. I didn't. That's not the same lance he was using. Did you see the size of that thing?
I know, it just even dwarfs yours.
No, what? I feel like this is an innuendo, and I don't want to pursue this any further. I gotta go check on Blueford. I'm gonna scuttle downstairs and check on Dog Boy.
Okay. As you get downstairs to check on Blueford, he's laying down in the bed, waiting for you.
Hello, good boy. You did so good, and I am so glad that you are okay. I'm gonna go give him some snugs, give him a hug.
When you sit down, he kind of just like puts his paw on your thigh and like gently licks your knee.
That's a good boy. The thing was a bit of a difficult battle. It was a challenge, and I'm sorry that I wasn't very willing to let you fight it. It just seemed a little bit intense, and I didn't want to risk you getting hurt.
I'm gonna go down and also find Oberon and Blueford. You know, since it's probably not gonna get any easier, do you think it's a good idea letting him fight in general?
It's true. Maybe it'd be better if he just protects himself. I mean, it looks like Albion's back. That means he could return back to his family and his friends. I don't want you to die before then. I mean, it's my duty to you to return you back to your family.
We have the ship. We could manage to probably return.
He
Like
looks at you with his puppy dog eyes, and he just puts a paw on your knee, and he stated, "You can hear his voice in your head through your link. For I chose to travel with you, my friends. You've done great things for me that I can't even repay. You've done masteries of things, and I will always be grateful for that. However, I chose to be with you. Live or die."
All right, if that's your will, then so be it. He's gonna look at Corona. He says he wants to stick around and help us.
Well, we'll do our best to make sure he returns home in one piece.
Yes.
I'll die before Doggo. Don't worry.
Hopefully, no one will
You
have to
already
die.
did.
I know. I'll get erased before Doggo.
So that's what the lance looks like, by the way.
Cool.
So your big lance is so shiny. I'm gonna poke it.
You feel a spark jump off of it into your skin.
I don't know if I'm supposed to like how that feels, but I do.
Don't mess with it too much. I don't know what kind of power this thing has.
Well, why don't you test it out and find out?
All right. I'll go back to the top deck.
Oh shit, I gotta level up Blueford.
My boy.
So, you gonna go up top deck?
Yep.
So you're up at the top deck, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna try out the spear. I'm gonna just point it at the melted metal where the mecha once stood, and I'm just gonna kind of like swing it, not like throw it at it, but like I'm just gonna go towards it.
Just like a swing?
Yeah. I don't know. He doesn't know how to use it.
Well, you do though.
Oh, he does?
So,
Is it just like magic knowledge?
so here's the thing. So, it wasn't really explained before. I mean, you could have read the item description, but essentially because you're a Ruin Knight, you gain the weapon of the mecha you killed. Once obtained the weapon, since you're a Ruin Knight, you know this weapon. You know the techniques of the weapon.
Okay. Then what I'll do, I'll point at it and I'll just I'll do a lightning shot.
So you stick out the spear straight with your arm, aiming towards the pool of metal. Upon doing so, you feel the energy course through your veins as the runeric of your Ruin Knight, your orange symbol on your chest begins to glow with a bright orange as the blue lightning begins to statically discharge from the top part of the handle down the base into the very point of the hilt. And then, boom! Correct shot! Out from it, a bolt of lightning, straight, without even bouncing or rippling in the air, straight shoots into the bit of metal and makes boom as it hits it, discharging a static electricity across the whole thing.
I'm gonna give a glance over to Corona. Oh, that's something I can do.
Eyes go wide for a second as I just see this giant sand explosion. Well, you don't need me anymore. I'm going home.
Don't you say that. Of course I do.
Okay, would you like to try any others out?
No.
Okay. You get a handle for the weapon, and as you are you choosing to put it away?
Yeah.
As you choose to put it away, where you would normally stash your weapons, instead it disappears from sight. Almost ethereally.
Whoa.
As it disappears from sight, almost ethereally, the energy coursing up your arm into your chest, with the symbol glowing from orange to a bright blue.
Huh. I know you can pack a lot, but it's just gone. Where did you put it all?
It seems like I can just kind of summon and unsummon it at my own will.
You know, that's a lot less satisfying of an explanation than I would have thought.
I'm sorry.
I love the innuendo of, where are you packing all that? God.
Uh, he's just going to give Oberon a snicker. Not sure if the innuendo just goes over his sweet innocent head.
Oberon, make an insight.
He's best boy.
Oh, well, that's a 16.
Make a deception, Corona.
Okay. There we go. Deception. That is a 20 dirty.
Okay. You deceive, Oberon.
He.
Oberon, you just think he's talking about the lance.
Yep, that's already what was going on. You didn't have to roll for it.
So,
I'm flippy dippy off the side of the boat.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna flip off the side of the boat.
acrobatics.
Yep. I nat one.
Oh, well. Okay, how much health were you at?
69. Oh, shit, I was at 69 health.
You take 60 damage.
Jesus Christ.
As you jump off the boat.
Wait, that's a lot of damage. Are you gonna kill him from jumping off the boat?
Well, it's a 30-foot drop with a 10, and he got a nat 1 failing. So it's max damage with a crit.
It would have been, 1d10 per 10 feet, and then doubled out for crit. So yeah, 60 makes sense.
As I watch him jump off, can I quickly wild shape into an eagle to go catch him?
No, it's a crit fail.
Okay.
I mean, you could try to, but at the same time, I'm definitely hitting the ground.
So as you watch him do like a backflip off, he slips and instead hits the side of the boat and falls into the sand. As you notice, he tumbled, smacking his face and legs on the cannons as he went down, bashing his head open as he hits the ground of sand, landing on a rock.
Ow. Oh, fuck. No.
You see your friend's face covered in blood.
I'm okay.
I don't know why you did that.
I love you too.
Okay.
Oh, I just wanted to get close to the neck and see what was left.
I'm gonna turn into a falcon and not an eagle, and I'm just gonna fly on down. I'm gonna land on his shoulder.
As you land on his shoulder, you hear a bone crack. Your shoulder has been dislocated, Corona.
Well, that's a thing. I'm okay though. Thank you. I'm just gonna give his little fluffy bird head a nice pat.
You should probably rest up. We've been through a lot today.
I will definitely rest. I just want to make sure that the mech doesn't have anything that we overlooked.
Fair enough. Don't go jumping in that molten metal now.
What makes you think I would do something that stupid?
Oberon's just gonna look at him with bird face.
Aww.
I want you to roll me a performance.
Who?
You, Oberon.
For having a bird face?
Yep.
Alright, to 21.
You make a bird face at him, and you successfully dodge the some fuck bird face.
Nice.
I'm going to limp my way over to the
Would you like
metal.
Would you like to relocate your arm?
No, not particularly. It can just stay there. If Oberon is comfy, that's totally fine.
You're not implying I dislocated it, are you?
Yes.
I'm just a peregrine falcon. I'm tiny.
Still. Crit
I
failed.
I mean, I didn't do it. It means it was already dislocated. Don't imply my little bird weight is
Your little bird weight was enough to make this hand shift and cause him to dislocate it.
All right. I'm gonna
When I didn't think pelican falcon. I thought like big ol' hunter falcon.
I mean, falcons are still small.
Yeah, peregrine
But
falcons.
I am gonna unwild shape. I'd like to do a medicine check to try to relocate his arm for him. I've noticed the crack.
No.
Okay. Medicine check.
It's okay. I got this, bud. It's a 21.
So, Corona, you feel a sharp pain as your arm is then relocated, pop back into place, and you are now on the road for healing.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'm gonna grab his hand and just wander towards the mech, somewhat in pain.
As you approach the mech, you feel a massive surge of heat as it is molten lava. It's hot. Very hot.
Only part of it, though, right? Not the whole body.
No, the whole thing has been melted.
Mm.
It's a giant pool of lava.
Mm.
Lava.
Before we take a proper rest, do you have any spell slots left for a tidal wave?
Oh, you want me to wash it over?
Not a bad idea.
That's a good question if I do have any spell slots open, because I might not. Let me look.
You haven't not rested yet.
Yep. Oh, I have one I can use.
Okay. I'm gonna move out of the way and let Oberon do his thing.
I can make it smaller than like the massive one, luckily, so I'm just gonna make it just enough to cover the area, not like a wave that crashes down dramatically.
Nice. Okay.
You make a tidal wave, and as it comes crashing down, covering the area, you are like as it begins to cool down and cover the top layer with a hot obsidian stone. But you weren't able to create... You would have to continuously keep cooling it for it to cool all the way down.
Is it cool enough to approach yet?
You could approach it. I wouldn't recommend standing on it.
No, not gonna stand on it. Just trying to investigate from a safe position.
Sure.
So let's see here. Good job, Obi. Gonna give some scritchies.
Roll me sleight of hand.
I'm not gonna hide it. If Oberon wants to break my hand, they are free to break.
Do you wish to dodge?
What am I dodging?
I'm just giving you scritchies for...
Oh no, why would I dodge that? I will happily accept head scritchies.
You are being scratched behind the ears and on top of your head.
It's scritchy.
Very good.
Best line.
Can you roll me a wisdom save, Oberon? See if you purr.
Yes, I can. Boop. Wisdom save. I'll probably make it. Yeah, that's a 26.
Yeah, you resist the urge to purr.
Gotta keep up my image. Also, my cat, who's right behind my monitor, he looks like he just saw something that scarred him for life. I'm sorry for the distraction. I'm setting it in general, though, because I thought you guys would think it's funny. He looks so
See?
stunned.
What did he see?
He's looking behind me. There's nothing behind me.
His eyes are so big.
So you're able to approach the obsidian. What do you want to do?
I'm sorry. That first picture is just so funny. Okay. I'm gonna do an investigation check.
Okay, roll me investigation.
21.
One moment.
Mhm.
I gotta check something real quick.
Mhm.
Where is it? Trying to find it. I'm sorry. It's in my notes.
No problem.
You find... Okay, so you look at the obsidian, and you see that, like, you know, the obsidian looks like normal obsidian. Although you do see a small hump in a part of it. Quite a large hump. Looks a little irregular.
Hey, Oberon.
Yes.
Can robots get tumors?
I don't know. I'm not a robot. Why would I know this?
Yeah, but you're the one who's got a much, like, more experienced medical knowledge.
I don't think medicine would apply here since it's not biological, but I don't think so typically because there's nothing biological about this as far as I know. But I could be wrong. I don't know what makes this thing up.
True. Is there a rock nearby?
There is.
You gotta pick up a rock and throw it at the hump.
You pick it up and you hit it, and it makes a ting.
Does it move?
I mean, you cracked it out of place a little bit.
Hmm. And can we get to it safely?
About 5 feet in.
Surrounded by lava or no?
Surrounded by obsidian that's really fucking hot.
Hmm. You know what? I know what to do. I'm going to use protection from energy, so I don't take damage from fire.
That's smart.
Okay. You are resistant to fire.
You want me to carry you?
Carry?
I mean, I'm not resistant to fire, but I don't want you hurting yourself more than you already have.
I always hurt myself.
Yes, and that's why you should probably take a break from hurting yourself.
Is it a bother to you?
What, you getting hurt? Of course it is. Are you an idiot?
I mean...
Yeah. You want me to carry you or not?
I'm gonna just jump into his arms. And I'll cast protection from energy on Oberon instead.
Oh, thank you.
Oberon, you feel a slight tingle and a little bit warm.
Normally when I feel that I'm peeing my pants. I hope that's not the case.
Do you want to check?
No.
Wait, can I make the insight to see Oberon's face?
No, this isn't Oberon. That was me talking. It wasn't Oberon talking.
To what Oberon's face?
No.
No,
Beyond
no.
Oberon's face.
Make a performance with disadvantage.
Who, me?
Ew.
Corona.
Disadvantage. Okay. 15.
In an alternate timeline somewhere, you could see yourself pissing on Oberon's face.
Excuse.
Then, as the gears of time tick away, your memory forgets it.
I feel like I've forgotten something that's very, very good to forget. So,
All right.
Ron, you feel another slight tingle. This time in your brain. That's it. So
Okay.
you walk across the obsidian, and you come to this hump. It's looking more like a pretty large hump. A little bit spherical in shape.
Is it covered in obsidian too, or no?
Yes.
Gonna tap on it.
You put your hand down to tap on it. Your hand burns.
Like heat burn or...
Like heat burn, as in you just touched a really hot rock.
I was using my nail, but fair. Fair. Can I do perception to see how this is different from the other obsidian?
You can try.
Ooh, 34.
From just looking at it, you can't. Besides its weird shape.
With the 34? Okay.
It's a hump of obsidian, and you don't know what's underneath.
But it clearly got my attention.
Yes, it's spherical in shape. It's a hump of obsidian. You don't know what's underneath, and you know that you cracked it a little bit with a rock.
So, the crack. Can I see anything in it? Is it hollow?
It's not deep enough.
Oh, Bron, you think we should hit it again?
Whenever you have to ask some kind of question like this of smacking things repeatedly, I get a bit uneasy, I have to admit.
Do you think you should hit it again? And I just give the most shit-eating grin of plea.
Oberon's gonna roll his eyes a bit, and he's still holding you, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna lift you up and put you like on his shoulders instead of like carrying you bridal style. And then he's gonna summon his lance.
You summon your lance, and ethereal from your chest. It glows blue, surrounds your hand, and appears in your grip.
I'm just gonna stab it down where the crack is.
Roll me to hit.
Roll to hit.
Stab is a thing on it.
Oh, it is.
Say +7.
+7, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
7 d20.
What?
Hey, you roll a d20 plus 7.
Yeah, it's 12.
Okay. So, as you slam your spear into it, it cracks a bit more.
Can we see what's inside this time?
Nope.
Corona, I think I think we might want to stop. I have a bad feeling about this if we keep pounding at this just barely cooling molten lava. I feel like it's just gonna explode hot magma all over us.
I mean, probably, yes.
And I don't think I'm able to handle hot magma anymore now that I'm no longer afflicted with the metal virus. So I would die. So maybe we shouldn't do this.
You'd be so sexy covered in molten lava. Literally hot.
I would be dead.
Fine.
I'm just gonna unsummon my lance, and I'm just gonna like put my big old paws on his legs that are wrapped over my shoulders, and I'm just gonna hold on to him so while I walk away from it, so he's not tempted to do any bullshit.
As we get to like, how much feet is this? 120 feet away.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to launch a firebolt at the crack.
Oh my god.
As you launch a firebolt at the crack, you knock a piece off, and you can see what's underneath. It is a amber-colored orb with metal plating on it.
Wait. Go back. There's a thingy. Thingy.
Overrun's gonna stop in his tracks and kind of just sigh, and then turn around and walk back. Still carrying Corona.
I'm going to just hug his forehead and mane. Thank you.
As
Please
you
don't
walk
get your
back,
hands in front of my eyes. I need to see where I'm going.
as you walk back, you see this orange and amber-colored orb beneath the obsidian, and it has metal plating on it for some reason. It's like you can see through the amber, but the plating is orange, and it looks bolted, almost like a clear metal.
I wonder if this is some kind of core or energy core for the mecha.
Possibly. In which case, it might actually be really useful to incorporate into the ship.
This is true. I'm worried that it might be too hot to touch, though.
That I do have a plan for.
Oh?
Where is this? Perfect. I'm going to use telekinesis on it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go ahead and cast at 5th level, which is 2,000 pounds.
Okay.
Up it goes.
You yoink it up out from the obsidian, where the magma was below it, and as you see it boiling, buckle, bloop, 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 and out comes this orb, as the obsidian kind of washes off it like water. It looks very mechanical, and seems to be spinning inside.
Are you sure this is safe to bring onto the ship? I don't want to burn the whole thing down. Perhaps the sand in front of the ship for now.
Agreed.
All right. Anything else you want to poke around here, or can we go back?
I think we can go back.
All right, and off we go, marching back to the ship.
I'm going to gently sit it back down in front of the ship while we go back.
As you set it down in front of the ship, you realize it starts to hover in place. And slowly sand kind of like starts coming up and swirling around it slowly. Like very slow, like gravity slow, like planetary slow.
Mm-hmm.
And it just starts to slowly start to coat it and get absorbed into it.
That's weird.
Very.
At least it's not going to roll around on the ship and set the planks ablaze.
Also true.
But I would still like to refrain from bringing it on board till we can figure out what
Oberon,
the thing is. Yes?
you feel warm. specifically your chest feels warm.
Is it the Runewalker insignia?
No, it's just your heated titties.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Roll me wisdom. Wisdom save.
Wisdom
They're
save.
heated titties.
That's a 26.
It's not glowing. The sigil itself isn't glowing, but you do feel very warm. And then you hear a low buzzing sound in your ears.
Corona.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pretend I'm you for a second and do something very stupid. He's gonna lift you off of his shoulders and kind of just place you down.
Mm.
Don't get too close, okay?
Okay, but stupid is my job.
Yeah. Well, for now, I'm helping out, I guess.
Okay, be careful.
I want to go over and I want to touch it.
As you reach your hand out and touch it, you see it stop turning inside. Your Ruin Walker sigil glows a bright orange, and you hear a voice in your head. A voice that says to you, "One of the Ruin Walker, for you have slain me, Lancelot. For the great time of coming forth of battle, you set my soul to rest. But you have not chosen. For what side shall you choose? The hypocrites that created us? Or will you choose the future that will lead us? Freedom or your calling?" Then you hear, within your hand you still have your spear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your sigil glows again with the bright blue as you hear another voice in your head, very distinct. "For you would dare not seek the wicked words of such a being. For he is corrupt of his own nature. He seeks to fool you. For we set you upon the task to destroy them, to unveil the weapons from this world that might be doing evil, that would corrupt it, send it forth down the path of old. You know your place and worth. Kill the core." With the other one saying, "Do you really think you can trust one that died for years in a civilization they did not create or could muster? They created, then abandoned us. They then call us monsters and kill us. What are we to defend ourselves with? But you Ruin Walkers, you come to kill us. You absorb our souls. So choose your path."
Oberon is going to look over at Corona. He's going to say, "Well, there's voices in my head.
Tell them I said hi."
They want me to make a decision. It would appear to be the voice of Lancelot, the Mecha we just destroyed. I believe this is his core, his soul, just as we thought. But the other voice that speaks to me is that of what I assume to be another Runewalker. And the choice that they're trying to persuade or dissuade me from is whether or not I destroy the soul or not. And I always thought it was a simple decision. You know, I was tasked with being this Ruin Walker against these, you know, giant monsters, but there seems to be information that we're missing. And I don't know if it's right to destroy the soul of this creature when I don't have all of the pieces of this puzzle.
Corona is going to take this seriously for a moment. A rare moment indeed. And look over at the core. Clearly we didn't kill it, if you can hear it. But it is seemingly defenseless right now, right?
Yes.
So it has no reason to lie to you.
Well, one would think, but it could potentially also be that it's defending its brothers, the others that are going to come and find me. It seems to want to fight for a future that the Runewalkers are against. It's two completely different perspectives that I admittedly know nothing about. You know, it seems like the obvious choice is to destroy this giant thing that was attacking us and almost killed us, especially considering that, you know, it was tasked with all this because all these crazy mecha things that are going on in the world. I mean, since I've met you, it's been one thing after the next, but it doesn't feel just to destroy something without knowing if it deserves it. Especially considering they were created and abandoned. They are their own dying breed, and I know what that's like. And I can't help but feel some sympathy.
And I would agree. I would still be wary, of course. But you said you can hear them. Can they hear you or no?
This is a good question. He's gonna close his eyes and he's gonna try to speak to the core. Can you hear me?
It seems I've gotten through to you. One would expect that you wouldn't even talk to a machine of mine. So many arrogant came before you. Have you any morals about you, Ruin Knight?
Until I fully understand what all of this is about.
I think you're cutting out a little bit.
You cut out completely.
No, my internet's been so spotty for the last month. I don't know why.
It said last. So, do you have any morals, Ruin Knight?
He's gonna respond by saying, I do follow a very firm moral code. I have my beliefs, and I believe that it's unfair to end a life when I don't know the full story, especially because although you are a metal monster, and that is completely against my beliefs and my understanding of the world and magic as I know it, I want to know the full story so I can make a proper call of judgment.
Then shall you hear my tale?
Yes, please.
Don't listen to such lies of a man if you wish to hear. If you wish to hear the truth, then hear me out. Don't you dare listen to his fickle whims.
I can listen to both of you. I've got 2 ears. I would rather hear what both of you have to say before making any decisions.
For if I can only convince you of the swine's lies and heretics.
Even if he's lying, at least it's the story.
Big talk from a man who could be considered a murderer. Oh, and what do you plan to tell all the villages you've stomped upon? But I shall tell you the tale. For it was long ago. A war quite similar to this one. Although it was between elves and dwarves. We were manufactured, you could say, men, monsters. And then there's us, metal. A strange plague was haunting them. It was causing people to rust, causing them to decay, causing warforges to decay rapidly, causing people to turn into decayed forms. Death was not like it usually was. If you died, you lived and survived, yet would decay and feel all the pain nonetheless. Then, you could say a few of us had a rare mutation. Something that I think you know all too well. A plague that could turn flesh into plates of metal. That experiments they conducted. The virus matures in hosts. They used us as prime subjects. They fused us together to create bigger machines. Bigger monstrosities, weapons to be used against everybody. For the collective of all was the same they had, collective of all to fight the one, collective of many to stand up against a more powerful being. For I am not one, but I am thousands. Thousands put together, thousands reconstructed together. That should be all that you need to hear to tell you how evil this wench was. Combining men, luring them to thinking their families would be saved. But no, molding them together with such a vile plague, morphed with skin and bone, plated with magnesium. Every movement of my body is not my own arm, but all our arms, stitched together like a puppet, stretched skin and grafted metal. Who can we say but only us? We live this way to survive, to take revenge against the mortals that would yet bring us to a metal-constructed form. The mere mortals that always release the plague. The one that killed gods. The one that was sealed for so long. The one that now infects your races. It is a pity. Right, doctors? For I can say, as a fellow ruined knight myself, that these men are pure lies. When I was in the ranks of a ruined knight, we were gifted with strength. We had taken the cause of each machine and grafted it to ourselves, half man, half metal of honor. We slayed beasts, we slayed ungodly, devilish abominations. And ourselves, We put our place against these metal contraptions. They kept saying we have free will. We have the right to think. However, what is a warforged but a simple contraption of gears? Little bit of oil, little bit of contraption of magic. They're not real. They're just machines. The wars they caused, the problems they had, fractured memories, from trying to do abstract thinking, from trying to gain consciousness. We were killing a rabid animal. They claim that the doctors would seize them, that they would take an experiment upon them. I have no such ill will of this. I see nothing of the sort. All I see is a robot trying to be a man. So what if there's thousands of the damn things in there? They still cannot amount to a singular brain of a humanoid. Not even a cell was worth functioning. However, we had to put down these beasts as they crushed villages and revengeance, they called it. Tried to capture the scientists, but no, instead of crushing their own house, they killed the whole swamp of them. There was a war, yes, between dwarves and elves, but it wasn't because of the dwarves and elves, it was because of these things. The metal coming from the dwarves, the magic coming from the elves. It was causing them to feud between the two. What do you think happened? Why do you think there's only 4 left now? It's because they were hunted down and killed by us. For a reason. Same as you, brother. However, they decided to steal the power away from us Ruin Knights, make it so we couldn't fight back, stomped us out completely, killed us off. Oh, and you decided to seal us away instead, never to see the light of day. All because you couldn't live with the mistakes you made. Mistakes? What do you mean, machine? You can't even think for yourself. Stop making idiotic stories. You just hear them bicker back and forth.
I am going to stop touching the core. And I'm gonna go over to Corona.
Are you gonna let go of your lance? Because it's talking to you as well. That's where the other voice is coming from.
Oh, yeah. I'll let go of both.
This is the core's voice, and for this is the lance's voice.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna let go of both for the moment.
Your lance falls to the ground, and its voice fades away. So does the core's.
I'm gonna turn to Corona. There's a lot of information, so before I go any further, I hope you don't mind if I just relay everything to you while I sort it out in my head.
No problem. Take your time.
Definitely not me as the player trying to organize my thoughts. But so these giant metal things, it's not just a singular man-made structure. It's not like any other warforged that's ever existed. It is an amalgamation of those who have been infected by the metal virus. There are thousands inside of this one that we've just melted down. It's just people and creatures that have just been sucked together into this to be used as an experiment, as a weapon. And I don't know. Obviously, we can't just let them run around stomping on everything and destroying everything. They want vengeance. For what, at this point? I mean, it's hard to determine. Obviously, they have been horribly mistreated, but I believe those that have done this are long dead at this point, and they're just kind of lashing out against whatever they can at this point. But
my
yes,
biggest worry is that the ones that we've seen, aside from this one, have been revived. As in, they've been released, and we don't know the repercussions of that. Like, why would someone do that?
that is, I think, what I need to ask him next is why are they back and from where? But I have an idea, and I'm not sure how realistic it is, but with the little I currently know, I feel like there can be some practically impossible but potential solution for everybody. I don't know much about warforged, and even though I have been afflicted by the metal virus, I don't know that much about it either. But from what I've seen when I was trapped in that lab, I could see these other creatures that must be exactly like what make up this one, that were just organic but not organic, that were just metal, and they were in pain and they were miserable. And the thought of all of those just mashed together has me distraught. But what I wonder is if their souls are all still in there, if they're all in this core, since the metal body itself has melted away, do you think there's a way to free them?
Honestly, this is not the first time that I've heard something like this, both in arcane studies and in our adventures. The last thing that I heard that was similar to this, obviously, was the metal virus, but also in that one city where all of the elves had been melted down into necrotic goo. This feels as though it's a metallic version of a homunculus.
I am not as well read in the arcane as you are. Is there a way to undo a homunculus in any way?
From what it sounds like the souls are so integrated into each other that they have a single consciousness. Was there any signs of them having conflicting personalities, different thoughts in there?
From the little that I heard, it was very much a singular. It was a we. They were aware of their magnitude and their multitude, I should say, but they all apparently...
If at least they're aware that they are not a singular being, then it's a possibility, but it might be extremely difficult given the magnitude and, the consistency of their consciousness. So I guess I agree with the notion of not doing away with the core just yet. I know if you had been integrated into one of those, I would never be able to bring myself to destroy one. So I don't feel like it would be fair to immediately eviscerate it from this plane of existence. That being said, some time to properly study if there is a way to remove them from this core would be very beneficial.
Yes, I agree that hopefully this decision can wait just a bit longer. The only aspect that really worries me is that me having been chosen as a knight to defend against these is that my purpose is to destroy these. And if I don't, myself and all of you will be cursed. However, I have to wonder what the fine print may be in terms of destroying. Its body's destroyed. Does the core need to be destroyed? Does the core need to be empty? Does the soul need to die? These are all things that will have to be thought about because, of course, there is a choice still. I don't want to curse all of you for the sake of these ancient souls. I would be willing to give my own life, perhaps, but not all of you. That isn't worth it to me. It's...
About that part.
What'd you say?
Honestly, don't you worry about that part. Honestly, whatever you choose, I am with you on that. That being said, you did propose a very interesting point just now.
Oh?
If, per se, you were integrated into that machine, correct?
Sure.
If you were no longer in there, do you think the Rune Knights would still want you dead? If you were yourself again?
I feel like, in all honesty, they wouldn't know the difference because it seems like they didn't believe they were even truly conscious. They thought they were pretending to gain consciousness and not recognizing that they were their own entities and own bodies and own creatures before becoming this. So they already don't acknowledge its consciousness. I think you may be right in that if the consciousness suddenly stopped talking back, maybe they wouldn't be none the wiser.
Exactly. So if we went with your plan and managed to disintegrate them, for lack of better terms, then perhaps that would suffice?
The next question is, of course, how. I can't help but wonder, he's going to look over at the massive mess that is Albion that we can see from here. If Albion may have the answers. I mean, there's so much Fey magic there now. I wonder if the souls could find new home there. But we will have to study and pray and figure it out. But for now, I think we should rest. Thank you for letting me bounce these words off of you.
You can always talk to me.
He's gonna give him a noogie.
Just because you're taller. Rude.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go over to the core. Alright. Come along, George.
You've named it George. Its name is Lancelot, I believe.
The core?
I mean, the thing we fought, which its soul is in there, his name is Lancelot. If you want to call him George, I'm not going to stop you. I just wanted to let you know.
The core doesn't move.
Does it respond if I call it Lancelot?
No.
Can I push it?
Moves on its own.
You can try.
I am going to put
Please
all
be
my
careful.
strength into pushing it.
It does not budge an inch. You see as a bolt of lightning strikes the ground as it creates a magnetic pull against a rock.
Huh. Okay. Maybe you chill here for right now. That being said, before we go back onto the ship, I want to make an Arcana check on this.
Mm-hmm.
16.
What are you looking for?
I want to see two things. One, how is this orb functioning in terms of magic? And how are the souls integrated? Because I know that there are souls integrated.
When you look at the souls, it reminds you of the goo that was before, but instead of the goo being a composite of like overcharged magic with individual souls strapped to it. Hello, Corin, one moment. You are reminded more of beaded eggs. It is thousands of eggs all beat together in a slurry, where one consciousness ends, another one begins, and they're all streamed together, where thoughts are formed all at once around them. The majority is held at high regard, and the lesser is rejected, as it is all continuously like a hive mind, connected, but with majority thought.
In other words, they are still separate thoughts. They're just...
If you want to think about it in a half democratic hive mind, where everybody can make their own thought, the majority is what is spoken, and the majority is what's done.
Exactly.
But
so it's like fake single consciousness. Okay.
However, they do not have... To put it like this, you cannot discern one consciousness from another. They are too swirled together to distinguish. It's like conjoined twins and the half. If you want to think of like Two-Face, 2 minds, 1 body. Just 1,000 minds, 1 body, but they're not separate people in there. Anymore, at least.
Like a ball of same-colored yarn. Individual strings are there, but it's just an amalgamation mess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's oozing with high magic, though. Like, there is a fucking ridiculous amount of magic in there.
I think if we wanted to do this, it would have to be a rather slow process. It wouldn't be something instantaneous. But I will go back to Oberon and relay that information. There's definitely individual thought there. They're not completely singular, but might have to literally unravel that from thousands of souls.
It certainly sounds like a challenge, but I feel like this may be worth it, especially considering everything that's been going on. I feel like it's all coming to this. I don't know. It's not like they can help go against this metal virus or anything else, but I feel like it is the fair thing to do.
You think the souls even want to be alive again after so long?
This is a good question. They don't want to die, but they want to they want to...
No, you got it right the first time. They want to wreak. They want to wreak their vengeance.
That's true, yeah. That's why I would hope that we can either ease their souls to elsewhere or perhaps imbue it somewhere in the forest. I don't know. Some way that we can finally bring balance to these creatures that have been infected and forced to be part of this mechanical nightmare. I want them to find peace, and I want them to be okay. If, of course, they can accept it. And if not...
a Mecha madness, if you will.
That's the name of the campaign.
Hey, Cora, nice profile picture.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I noticed it too.
So,
it's too perfect.
What you gonna do, Oberon? You gonna touch the orb again?
Not for now. I'm gonna think about it for a little while. I guess we should bring it on with us at least.
But I don't know how to move it.
I'll do it. I think I can carry it.
Can you?
I'm gonna go ahead and try to pick it up.
Once again, when you touch it, you hear the voice in your head. For I can hear what you say.
And what do you have to say about it?
We do seek our vengeance. We seek to rape our vengeance upon the ones that did us wrong, to revenge ourselves, to seek our anger out and kill the ones that dare descend the line that they have permitted.
Those that did this to you are probably long dead by now.
The dwarves, perhaps, but not the elves.
This is true, but I hope you understand that I can't let you just go off and kill people, you know? That's... you can't kill people, I'm sorry. I'm trying to end the violence here. I'm trying to figure out how to end all of this. And you know what? While we're talking again, do you know how you and the other mechas have been coming back?
For one to be reawakened, one must know the call. The call is the progenitor. One that starts the plague sends the call.
So, I thought you guys were against the virus, but the people that are sending out the virus are the ones that are resummoning you?
Like it or not, we do not like the state we are in, but we have come to terms with it. The vengeance is what we seek against the people that did us wrong. But reawaken we have the progenitor of your new metal virus, as you would call it, has awakened us from our slumber. Some may awaken on their own. Others have intervened. Me? For I was reawakened by you.
What do you mean by me?
You were another progenitor. You started a whole new wave, a whole new plague. The plants are now infected. You are the second progenitor that lives.
And I fully intend on resolving that. I will cure it if I can and if I will. It was never my intention to become a part of all of this.
Neither was it for us. But we think we can come to a deal. We have majority thoughts.
Sorry, my internet cut out. I missed the last thing you said.
We have majority thoughts. We wish to strike a deal with you.
I'm listening.
For we care not if you use the lance. He has sealed his soul within the weapon. I care not for the feeble thing. He carries out his own vengeance, but he cannot do anything without you. We simply want the death of the progenitors. Kill the progenitor. You eliminate our need for reawakening. but we also wish to kill the ones that started this for us. If you can promise to kill those two, or however many started it, we will be able to assist you with the others.
Let me get this straight. You want me to seek out and kill those that started this entire metal virus?
No, not the virus. I want you to kill the progenitors, the ones from my era, the ones that reconstructed this plague to be what it is now, the ones that left it behind, the ones that allowed to even engineer this. The progenitor of your world will die either by your hand or someone else's. I fear not of that. I only care for my era.
If that means that you won't go destroying everything else in your wake, I feel like that's fine. However, I do have to ask, don't you want to be free? Don't you want me to try to find a way to unleash all of you, all of the souls that are still in here that have been trapped inside of this thing for I don't even know how long? Don't you want to find a way out?
Our vengeance fuels us. It keeps us alive. Without that, I fear many of us would just crumble. We have a goal too determined to let it go. Whether you take us out of this seal or not, we will find a way to complete it. Whether that means breaking the seal for us to infect the trees or animals to seek after the elves, or going through you as an act of vengeance. It doesn't matter to us.
Well,
We feel once we have completed our revenge, there's little need for us to exist.
I'll admit that's a bit disappointing, but I do understand the feeling. And while I'm not accepting your offer outright, I promise you I will consider it carefully, and I will not immediately just destroy you, okay?
So you're willing to kill?
I'm willing to think about it. Let's leave it at that for now, okay, buddy?
Is his name Buddy?
No, his name's Lancelot.
Oh, Buddy's cuter.
Our name is Lancelot.
I know, bud. I'm sorry. I know Lancelot. All right. I'm gonna take you in the ship. I will talk to you later. I don't know how to not talk to you, so I'm just gonna awkwardly be silent while I carry you onto the ship. Hope that's okay.
Yes.
Great.
Are you gonna pick up the spear?
Can I just like make it poof back into my chest without touching it?
You can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't want to talk to the spear right
you
now.
You reabsorb it, and as you absorb it, it goes, well, I will share my...
Just gonna pat his chest. Talk to you later, buddy. This is a lot of information. I haven't taken a nap from fighting that thing still. I'm tired. I'm a sleepy boy.
As you get back onto the ship, Corin, you wake up to something slimy on your face.
What?
It feels like a wet piece of flesh has been slapping your cheeks.
What the fuck is happening to me?
Uncooked dick bacon.
Oh man.
As you wake up, there is a fluffy being on your body that is weighing you down quite significantly.
What the fuck? I'm gonna touch it a lot.
You feel it. It feels dog-like.
Bluford.
He barks right in your ear.
You're too loud.
Woof.
Oh boy. How you do?
Woof.
You're on me. You're really heavy. Kinda like scrunch his face and like play with him.
He whines and keeps licking you, and then like kind of like nuzzles into you real hard.
Where's everybody?
He starts barking really loud. Woof, 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 bark, biff, 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 bark, woof, woof.
Oberon fell in the well? Boy, we gotta go get him.
Oberon, you start hearing bark, 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 biff, bark, 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 bark.
Oh, no. If I don't know what he wants, I'm coming, buddy.
We gotta go save Obi from the well. Let's go, Bluford.
He kind of just like presses on your chest to hold you down.
Why are you holding me down? We have to go save Obi.
He keeps wagging his tail and bark, 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 bark.
Look. What? Bluford. We have to go save Obi. Obi's stuck in a well. I don't know why he can't climb out, but he needs help.
Oberon, you are on the top deck now. You keep hearing barks from below deck.
I'm gonna turn to Corona and I'm say, "Here, take this for me." He's just gonna drop the orb.
As
He's trying to drop it in his hands.
As you drop the orb, it just kind of like floats.
Yeah, sounds right. It was more of a gesture. And then he's gonna go down to go check out why Bluford is working up a storm.
As you walk down the steps, you see that Bluford is laying on someone and barking, wagging his tail very profusely.
Bluford, what's going on?
You see Corin, who is under Bluford. Bluford is pinning down with his body weight and barking very, very loud.
Ooh.
Yes.
See, Obi's not dead. Obi's not stuck in a well. I told you Obi could climb out of the goddamn well. Bluford, get off me.
He stops barking and like looks up at you, Oberon, like with big puppy eyes, and wags his tail really fast.
I think he wants a cuddle pile. Oberon is going to leap into the air and jump on top of the two of them.
Oh man.
Roll me strength. Corin, roll me dex save.
Oh man.
A strength what? Save? Check?
Strength save.
I got a 21.
You got a 2, Oberon?
I got a 22.
22. What? And you got a what, Corin?
A 21.
Oh no.
Damn it.
You're getting body slammed.
Oh man. He just had to jump.
Roll me 3d8s, Oberon.
I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm doing the Leon and Cuddle Pile jump.
Yeah,
I know,
but your head.
I'm big. I can't help it.
You're a big lion, and
That's a
so is
13.
You
Bluford.
take 13 damage, Corin, as their elbows sink into your ribs and crack one of your ribs, but also breaks the bunk bed as you slam onto the ground. And it crumbles around you, and you have a very heavy dog and a very heavy armored friend on top of you that are snuggling you.
Die. I think he broke a rib.
Corona hears the big crunch and heads downstairs.
You see a cuddle pile with a Corin groaning in pain.
Oh,
Leon and Cuddle Pile. I'm just gonna take a running start.
Oh no.
Roll me acrobatics check.
Wee. That's another nat one.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no.
Eat shit.
left out.
I'm scared because you haven't healed yet.
I feel like this shouldn't hurt too bad. He could just fall on his face.
He just trips.
You take 4 damage.
You can just sleep there for the night.
And Corin, another rib cracks.
Hold on. Instead of that sound I just made, I want to make it like a squeaky toy sound.
Oh, you're using the Goku one.
Yeah. My ribs. Why is it always my ribs?
Oh, that sound, that's adorable. Squeeze, 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 squeeze.
Stop it.
It's just like a squeaky toy. Piccolo, what?
I'm just gonna crawl my way into the stack of pancakes.
Imagine just sadly dragging cartoonishly on the ground. Like a little worm.
Corin, what are you going to try to do to get out of this?
Why would you want to leave? It's time for a long rest.
Do y'all want to take a long rest?
Yes.
Fuck it.
You all get to take a long rest.
Yay! Your rib's gonna feel fine in the morning.
As you take a long rest, Corin, your ribs have healed.
Hell yeah.
I licked them in the night and fixed them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How did I get here?
Oh, you walk.
As you wake up,
Did I?
as you all gradually wake up, Blueford is off to the one side corner in your one arm, nuzzling your armpit, Corin. Oberon is off cuddling the Corona, as you both have kind of split up from the cuddle pile.
Where is it?
Are we not ending session here? It is 8 o'clock.
A little bit more.
Okay.
Did I get here? Last thing I remember is a big explosion.
I think that was
Cactus
the
had
body
you
slam.
walk over and just
Oh,
go
that's
below deck and hang out
that's-
with Blueford.
that's boring.
I mean, you weren't here. How do you turn into a bird?
So, you were
Have
here.
you-
And if you want to do anything, do you want to set sail for a base, or...
Well, the crabs are dead.
I mean, we still have the wind.
I don't know if it works like that.
It does indeed.
It does. You can just,
That'll fucking
float
show
on
you,
in the
nerd.
sand.
I mean, it's at a very slow pace, but yeah, you can.
Might as well.
With enough will and enough wind, there's a way.
You're right.
Who's gonna go up deck and set sail?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Corin's kind of a big ship guy now.
I am
Hello
the
to
ship
the
guy.
ship.
So
Which
Corin-
basically just
He's
means
a
I
ship
yell
head.
at the captain to make it go.
So
Yeah.
you head up top. Where do you want him to set sail to? You have a couple locations you can go to.
Where the fuck are we going?
So you
I don't even know
have-
what's going on.
So you still have to complete the contract for base 2, the Necro base 2, to go underneath and, take a raid on the Necros.
Yeah.
Didn't we do that?
Nope, you've only done base 1 and the Temple of Strange.
Yeah,
By
that
the
was
way,
the guy with.
since you're here
skeleton.
now, I have to draw 2 cards.
Oh man.
Hmm.
You get to
I
med-
did.
You get to ask me one question, and I get to answer it.
Oh man. Can this be like a group effort?
Nope,
Hmm.
this is only you. No one else gets to speak. Only your question.
Oh man.
Corin.
Can this be like an IOU or does it have to be right now? Because I can't think of anything.
It can. I'll allow for slight metagaming, but it still has to be your question.
I mean that's fine, but I'm just asking if I can hold on to it for a little while
No.
until I can think of a question.
No.
Oh, man.
Ask me any question,
Any question?
and I get to answer it how I wish. But there has to be some truth in it.
Okay. Um. Uh, I don't know. Um. How many giant mech things are there?
You already know that information.
I don't know shit. Damn it. Okay. Uh. What are my kids up to?
That's your question?
You know what?
Look, man.
Okay.
This
okay.
was just dropped on me. This
Okay.
is not a thing.
Fair enough.
This is
So-
not a fucking thing for me. This is more a question. Like, someone else
Yep.
ask a question. Damn it.
So, you get an instant vision that all your kids are playing out in the front around the well. Some are using swords, some are using
God
shields,
damn it.
playing with each other.
Stop having fun.
And then one of them, is swimming in sand. Another one's eating sand.
Oh, that's a
and-
dumb one.
And then
Definitely mine.
And then one of them is attempting to explore a mountain by climbing up the mountain.
That one's gonna fucking die.
Oh,
Well-
and there's one that's playing in the well, as if there's water in the well, but there's
Oh,
nothing in the well, and he's
Oh.
making splash noises.
So he's inside of a well with no water, and he's making splash noises.
Yes.
Jesus Christ! Every ounce of my being is screaming, "Watch your fucking kids!" But you know,
Okay, I have to pull another 3 cards.
the god's not another question one because I really just pulled it out of my ass.
I think that was a good question. I want to see Corin retire after this and become a family man.
No,
Oh boy.
Corin is
Fates.
never going back.
Corin, you get to erase one event from history
Oh no!
as if it never happened.
Oh man, if you had been here for this whole conversation, you could just
But you
you
don't
could
know that.
make some big
Corin.
things. I know he doesn't know it. That's what I'm saying. Man, if you were here.
I have to film me in post session or some shit. Oh man. Wow, what do I choose? Erase one event of my life or someone's life. You know something? I want the people of Albion back, like all of them. I wish they all didn't die. I wish they didn't sink.
Okay. As your wish has been commanded, what happened is Albion is already back there, but it is no longer overgrown with the Feywild. The Feywild is only secluded to the one island that it is, where it is still metally invested, but kind of not really. Albion is fully filled with all the people again, but it's also a warring faction again, of all 4 factions.
Lit.
So, essentially, you're back to point 0 on that area.
Haha.
Oh
Alrighty.
fucking no!
Corona, Oberon, you hear shaking. Loud earthquake shaking. As I'm assuming you're going to the top deck,
I don't wanna.
you come back to the top deck where you see over in Albion that there is a lot of people in Albion. The Rich District is lighting up as if there's people there. The Pack District is lighting up as if there's people there. There's a large military ship at the bay. There is also a lot of guardsmen and monsters hanging around the outside area. It's as if everything you did there has been reset to 0. You also notice that there's a lightning storm near the academy at this nighttime. You know.
Interesting. The Academy's back.
It's not destroyed.
Do a history check if you wanna.
You can dance if you want to. You leave your friend fine.
This is the most Paragon
I
thing
got an
Corin will
18.
ever do in his life.
17 and 18, respectively.
It's as you look over to Corin, you see a card disappear, as it then realizes to you, fate has changed. And you realize the giant gargoyle is back
Oh shit.
from the attack of that night.
Did we just fully reset everything?
Correction. I
reset everything.
fully reset everything.
Yeah, you're right.
So
The metal virus is still around. What you did, though, is you've reset Albion 2.0 and made it so the metal virus never originated there. Well, it still originated there from all the history from before. You erased the event of it getting destroyed with all the people. So all the people are back. But it's been reset to 0. Beginning of session kind of thing.
So, does anyone remember that we were there?
No, you all remember you're there.
No, I'm talking about the town
people.
itself.
No.
No
This is
Thanos.
great.
Does that mean all of the Leonin trafficking is still happening?
The ones that didn't survive, yeah, they're back.
In other words, we could go save them.
It's true.
Your original brother is still in the forest. I'll say that. The ones that
Okay.
got shot down during the race, though, they're still in the cages.
Okay, so we could technically save them.
And all the direwolves that happened to explode.
Also true.
The most Paragon thing Corin will ever do in his life.
Now, for
The
you,
fishermen and the mind
Corona,
flayers are back. I'm happy.
Corona?
Does that mean Vienna's alive again?
Yes.
No.
Wait, what happened to Hamburg?
No. He is not.
Oh.
Vienna erased himself from this reality.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
that's right.
Gotcha.
Oh man, should have asked for my buddy back. Damn it,
Huh. Well,
missed opportunity.
you got the rogue.
I don't know who that is, but that's okay.
We have an
NP
assassin telling us.
NPC of my choice becomes hostile to you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Corin did a good thing. Smiles with a thumbs up.
Somehow, I don't think you did a good thing.
You get to ask one question, and I get to tell you what the answer
There
is.
you go.
Corona, you have to ask
Oh.
a question.
Oh shit.
Oh wait, so you're pulling for each one of us?
Because you both have the Mark of the Strange, I have to draw 2 cards for both of you each session.
Gotcha. So I can ask anything based on what we have found out today.
You can ask me any question, and I get to give you a half-truth or a half-lie answer, or I get to give you an answer that has some truth in it. DM's
Is there
discretion.
any other way to put the souls to rest aside from them getting revenge?
Yes. If you absorb the core, I'll just answer this one outright for you. If you absorb the core, you will gain... How do I put this? If you absorb the core and you absorb the lance, you get to choose. You either can make the lance supercharged. So the idea here is that the weapon and the core both have a goal. That's vengeance. To free themselves of that vengeance, you either have to complete that vengeance, or you have to turn it into a complete state. Meaning you either choose the weapon to complete, or you complete the core. When you complete the core, you get an armor. So you either get a set of armor that you can call upon at any time, or you get a weapon that you can call upon at any time. Or if you choose to, you can just absorb both, and have a lesser weapon and a lesser armor that bickers with each other and could lead to other things down the road of not getting along with you or not doing what you say.
But in terms of releasing them off the table, then?
In terms of releasing of how you want to, no. The vengeance has to be burned in one way or another. Whether that's completing the state and making them a perfect item, and their vengeance gets sucked into creating that item, leaving them both inert, meaning, in a way, they have died and perished on because the energy is processed, or you carry out their will and something different happens.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Oberon and Corin before you draw that second card. As an option, I'm not saying that this is the option, we could attempt to put them to rest by completing them. Apparently they're not finished.
Interesting. Okay.
Sure.
And while, that would make them inert in the sense that they're more object-like, at least they wouldn't be consciously suffering in a state like this.
You essentially would kill them, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They would no longer exist, but they would exist... If you want to think about it like, the energy of both their souls is used in the process.
Exactly. It's not... They don't have to spend their existence like this. Again, not the option, but a option.
Yes.
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 I have no idea what's happening.
A lot.
Oberon,
Corin
do you
just
wish
gets a
to
thumbs
make
up.
that choice now, or no?
No. And also because I do have to leave.
I was
We
gonna...
will
Before
consider.
you go, do you wish to... Because I have the deck out, do you want a draw, or no?
Nope. I'm okay. I didn't pick the chaos path for a good reason.
It's a lot of fun.
I have other characters that are chaotic, and Oberon is not my chaotic character. He's lawful.
Oberon is not Bone.
No, he's not.
I
All
wonder
right.
if Ophelia would love the deck of many things.
Oh yeah, she would. I think
Okay.
she'd like it a lot.
So...
That second card.
I drawed your next card. You lose 3 levels.
Oh.
Rest in pieces. But where's the butt?
But...
There we go.
I want you to choose... Okay, was
Rip.
it Oberon leaving?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Choose one creature. From all of D&D, choose one creature.
Okay.
You get to write it. And it's your friend.
Legendary creature or no?
He
That's
said any
up
creature.
to my discretion, if I will allow that. Give me your creature first.
Thinking. Give me a second. You know what? I feel like if I pick a creature, it's got to be fitting. So I'm going to say Marut.
I gotta look that one up. The fuck is a Marut? Let's look here.
This boy, right here.
Oh, Golem?
Not a golem. Oop,
A
let me
bunny?
screen.
I can't look at just a bunny in D&D.
Check the general chat.
I think it's awesome.
And the reason I'm picking this, it's not just because he's hilariously ridiculous, but Maruts are clockwork beings from Mechanus that retain law and order.
Okay.
And all of my abilities relate to the plane of Mechanus and being a clockwork sorcerer.
Choose a different one.
Okay.
What about a Demogorgon? Those are pretty cool.
He is pretty cool, yes.
Oh, you say he.
What creature will you choose?
Shit.
I'm gonna start counting down. 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
This is fucking
3,
tense.
2, 1.
Archaic.
A what?
Archaic.
Archaic?
Mm-hmm. Oop.
There's so many fucking monsters. Oh.
That thing is huge.
Oh boy. Does it have a stat block?
It does. I need to buy the step block.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Do boop boop boop.
How do you spell it?
Archaic.
A-R-C-H.
Give me a second. I am buying it though. Let's see. Surprisingly, D&D Beyond and Dungeons and Dragons keep a very good lock and key on their like copyrighted content. It's hard to actually find without buying it. Poop. Okay, got it. And we're going to print screen. Nope. Nope.
Okay. Oh boy. So, gotta read the card on this one.
I got Corin, a big brother.
Once
You're not my dad.
Once per day, you can summon this thing in battle to do battle with you for 3 turns.
Holy shit.
Okie dokie.
That's a big boy.
I am okay with that.
Sorry, not for 3, for 1 turn.
I'm okay with
So
that.
on the turn, you can activate it as an action, have it be summoned. It gains its turn at the end of the like rounds or whatever, and it does its thing.
Mhm.
Summon once per day, recharging at the end of the day.
Okay. And I'll edit that as a action to summon Archaic. I mean, it's basically summon Celestial, actually, which is an actual spell. So I traded basically 3 levels for the ability to summon Celestial, which is not bad. Not bad.
Now, I'll give you an option here.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you could summon 1 more card if you chose to, with your powers of chaos if you chose to.
I have to summon 2 cards at the end of every session anyway, correct?
And I have to start them at the beginning, but Corin wasn't here, so I didn't want to do it. What I'm saying is you can use your strange powers together. I'll only say draw 1 more card, but you can draw 1 more card if you both want to.
Is there a cost to it, though?
10 HP from the both of you.
That's okay.
Nope.
It's a permanent thing, right?
No, it's 10 HP from your pool, not from your max.
Oh, okay. So it's just 10 HP from whatever I have now. So I could theoretically pay the cost and then heal afterwards and then get my health back.
Yes.
Oh.
But it affects both of you.
Oh. Hey, what's your health at?
My health?
Yeah.
We took the long rest, actually, so it's at full.
Oh.
Thank God. The thing is, though, we do get a free 2 cards at the start of every session.
This is true.
Do you want to gamble?
And we both have to agree to this. We can't just be like, I want to do it, but he doesn't.
Exactly. My only thing is, it's not necessarily going to be good.
That's true.
If I draw this, I'm only drawing from 13, not 22.
Wait,
Oh.
which 13?
The original. So there's the Tarot of Many Things from Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, first edition, and then there's the Labyrinth of Lords variant, which is from second onward.
Mm-hmm.
If you put your two together, I'm drawing from the original 13, so...
Les, what does that mean? Is that good or bad?
Bigger payouts, bigger risks.
Oh. I mean, I'm a gambling man, so I will let this, whatever you decide, Les.
I'm going to say yes.
Oh, let's fucking go, baby.
I'm chaotic enough. I'll say yes.
I will subtract that 10. Bleep bloop.
Bleep, bleep.
Okay.
This is going to be lit. First draw. Corin, you die. Make a new character. Fuck!
Unfortunately, not usually one of the things.
Choose a number 1 through 9.
7.
Both of us, or
Yes.
3?
You are both cursed.
Man, my PP can't get
I
any
want
smaller.
you to take a -1 to all of your stats. Permanently. Not -1 in all your stats, you just take 1 point away from all your stats.
Oh. That's fine.
Okay.
So, like, instead of 14 strength, you would have 13 strength, Corona.
Mm-hmm.
That's a permanent thing. Rest of the session. Well, not rest of the session, rest of the campaign.
I was about to say, ha 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 ha.
No, rest of the campaign.
You know, that didn't really change much for me. Which I find hilarious.
I mean, you're lucky. If you would have said a different number, you would have gotten the void.
What does that do?
Draws one of your souls from your bodies, leaves your body limp on the ground, and sends it into another dimension.
They told you there was a fucking... You're dead.
I mean, yeah.
It would have been fucking hilarious. Would have been a little upset. But, like, you know.
Anyhow.
Cool.
That is the end of session.
Alrighty.
Oh, man.